All right, guys, Mr. Medine here, and today we're going to be doing lower extremities, and right now we're going to be doing calcaneus, also known as os calcis. Has only really two projections. There's what we call the PA axial, which is also termed the planto-dorsal, because remember, projection is named after how the beam enters and exits the surface, so planto to dorsum, and so planto-dorsal, and then it's also known as infero-superior because it's entering the bottom to the top, right? So we have three names for this: PA axial, planto-dorsal, and infero-superior, so that's just one. And then we have the lateral, okay? So two projections, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we're gonna use a 40-degree angulation. So we got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So we gotta drop it down 8 inches. Remember, for every 5 degree of angulation, you're gonna have to compensate and bring it down 1 inch, correct? So we have to bring it down 8 inches from 43. So 43 minus 8, we should end up at 35, correct? So we're going to go ahead and go to 35 here, and we're going to angle 40 degrees. All right, so let's keep going, 40 degrees. A little bit more, right there. And we're going to drop down to 35. All right, there. Oh, we almost had it, huh? Okay. Man, look at that thing. All right, let's leave it alone. Don't touch it, right? In the field, if it was 0.1 or 0.2, I would have just left it, you guys, but for instructional purposes, that we got to make it just perfect, right? Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and bring him all the way up this way here. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and dorsiflex the foot if we can. I'm going to pick up the foot here, and I'm going to bring this back. I'm going to slide up this pant leg just a little bit. So if he's having a hard time dorsiflexing his foot, sometimes you can go ahead and use a sheet. All right, you can use a sheet to pull back on the foot, or you can use tube gauzing. I used to use tube gauzing in the field, but I kind of just constructed my own kind of Duraband here. So if he was having a really hard time, he can go ahead and just hold that with your hands here. There you go. And he can use this to pull back on his foot, to dorsiflex the foot. There you go, just like that. And what you would do is, let's bring him back here. I'll bring this back here. All right, we're gonna have you kind of relax here for a second. And I'm glad this happened, so now you can see how we're gonna compensate. You ready? We're just gonna have you scoot back this way on the end of the table. There you go, right there. So now you guys can see that if we ran out of room, all I did was have him come back here, okay? He's a pretty tall gentleman here, so that's okay. I'm gonna pick up this thing here again. And he can dorsiflex his foot, but if he couldn't, we'd use this Duraband here. And you're going to go ahead and center here at the base of the third metatarsal again. So his foot's right here, right? So we're going to put that right in the middle. Collimate down just a little bit here. There we go. And the central ray is going to end up here. So I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to bring this down right there. There we go. All right, so notice we're centered, where the foot's here, but the central ray and the anatomy is going to be represented up here. So again, do you see that light right here? That's going to enter, you guys. That's going to enter right here at the lateral malleolus right here. So if you're struggling on knowing where to go, you guys, that light should line up with that malleolus here on the outside. So this here is going to be your calcaneus, and I'm going to put my marker here just like this. It's going to enter at the base of the third, pretty much where the arch is at here, the top of the arch. But there you go. This is your calcaneus. Make sure I'm good. I'm not cutting anything off here on the sides. There we go. All right, so there you go. And for this technical factor, I would use maybe 3 mass at about 66 to 68 kV. 3.2 mass, if your system does that weird funky stuff, 3.2 mass at about 66, 68 kV for this projection here. This is the axial calcaneus. All right, so we just finished with the calcaneus and we did the axial, so now we're going to transition into the lateral. All right, so we're going to go back over here. We'll go back to 43. I got a little bit of an angle there. There we go. All right, there we go. So now we're going to have you turn on your side again this way towards me. Turn your foot this way. Okay, I'll take care of this. Don't worry about that. All right, there you go, right there. Okay, so now I don't want his knee to come down. because when his knee comes down, look at the heel. You see how it's lifting up off the IR? So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna use one of those sponges now. I'm gonna put it under his knee, because again, I want the plantar surface of his foot to be perpendicular to the IR here. You guys see that? All right, so now to find your central ray, you have to find the medial malleolus here, and then we're gonna go down about an inch past that. There's a little dip right here, you guys, that you guys can feel once you guys are doing these projections. And we're gonna send it right there. Look at that, bam. Okay, so you see how we have the medial malleolus, we're 1 inch below that. Then we're gonna go ahead and come down and we're gonna go 1 inch on each end. So past the heel and then past the plantar surface. And there we have it, you guys. We got the foot dorsiflex right there. Bam, this is a lateral calcaneus. If we shot this, I know it's gonna come out pretty. All right, I used to work in orthopedics, you guys, and we'd take x-rays of the patients and then we'd send them back to the rooms before we had to process them, right? We had film back in the days. And some of the techs were like, you're not afraid it's not gonna come out right? I'm like, no, it's gonna come out good, because I just know, right? You're just gonna know when you know it's gonna be good, right? So this is your lateral calcaneus. Again, foot is dorsiflexed, 1 inch below the medial malleolus here, you guys. You're gonna collimate 1 inch past the edges here, and there you have it. This is your lateral calcaneus. Hello everyone, you guys. Thank you very much for watching the videos. I'm hoping that they're helping you out. Please make sure that you subscribe and that you hit the notification bell to be notified about new videos. Again, remember to be good to yourself and be good to others. Thank you.